Nino Coniglio over here with Shalem Brand. We're coming to you today out of our kitchen in Brooklyn, New York City. We're going to show you all about all the high quality ingredients we use in all of our pizza so that you can make the best pizza in the freaking world at your own home. So the first piece of equipment that you probably don't have is an Accutech scale. You can pick one up for about $18. Get that first, pause the video, order that, wait 2 days, come back, watch the rest of the video. You want to weigh all of your ingredients. It's really important. Weigh your water. You also want to use the metric system because the imperial system is a symbol of tyranny and authoritarianism. You can still have feet in football, but when you're making bread, you're using grams, kilos, and yeah, that's it. Weigh the water, all right? Don't try to skip out on this stuff. So the first step to making pizza or bread is making a starter culture. We are going to be using Caputo dry yeast. You can use any yeast you want. For this recipe, we're going to be using 2 grams of yeast, 40 grams of flour, and 28 grams of water. Weigh the water. You're going to mix in your yeast with warm water. You're going to wait about 10 minutes for that to activate. Then you're going to add your flour, and then you're going to wait about 12 hours outside, stick it in the fridge. You're going to use it the next day. And that will keep for about like a week or more in the fridge. If you need to refresh it, all you do is dump out 90%, remake it, which we call feeding in the business, and you're ready to go. After our starter's ready, the first step to making a dough is we're going to take our 248 grams of water into a bowl. Weigh the water. We're going to add our starter culture. We're going to melt that in by kneading it with your hands. Use your hands, knead it up in the bowl. And then you can use an immersion circulator or a whisk. Make sure that it's really liquefied in the water, and then you gotta put your flour into a bowl, make a little volcano, a little Vesuvio. You're gonna mix it in with your hand a little bit. You're gonna knead it a little bit until everything's incorporated, and then you're gonna auto-lease that, which means just leaving it alone for about 40 minutes. While you're leaving it alone, you're gonna add some salt just on top. This way the salt melts into it, and then you're gonna leave that alone for about 45 minutes. Then you're gonna come back to it. So for our sauce, there is 3 ingredients. High quality tomatoes, 3,000 grams. We're using chow tomatoes from the Campania region of Italy. Sicilian sea salt, 20 grams. And then we're gonna do 2 teaspoons of pepper, or you could do about 10 grams if you wanna weigh it up. This is our auto-lease dough. You see it here for the first time. All of our salt's in there. I'm gonna put some oil on here. Oh yeah. And then we're just gonna push that in. We're gonna make some folds. Gonna mop up that oil. Okay, so this is kneading dough. This is what it means to do it. Now the oil is gonna kind of tell you when you're good on kneading this. So you wanna knead it up real good. Also for bread making, the auto-lease process is gonna create a lot of strength, so you're not going to have it to knead it as long as if you were to just go straight into kneading it after adding the yeast directly. But you can see the dough's already like in a smooth texture. It's starting to break out a little bit. So now, yeah, that's actually built up strength really quick. So. That's pretty much done. So, I mean, I only needed that for about like a minute. So now we're gonna rest it for another hour, and then we're gonna do our final shape. And then that'll be that. Okay, so we're back. So we're gonna cut this dough and then in half, and then we're gonna get around 14-inch dough balls. You're gonna roll it up like this, line, 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 and then you gotta close it up. You wanna make sure you close up the dough. If you don't close it up, when you try to open it, it'll thin out. Then you're gonna stick it in a pizza can. If you don't have a pizza can, you can use a large Tupperware, you could use a bowl, but pizza cans are the best. And then you do the same thing with this. Just roll it into a ball. This takes some practice. You want tension. You want to close it up real good. And then put it in the can. And then you put it here. You're going to leave this out for about 3 hours, stick it in the fridge, and then you're ready to make pizza the next day. That's it. We'll show you how to make pizza later, I guess. But yeah, it's not that hard. Stop being lazy. Oh, I don't have 30 minutes to let the dough rest. Go walk your dog, you know, maybe mop your floor because you're a freaking filthy animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you know, do something with your time? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you clean up a little bit? Maybe hang a shelf, do some dishes. Oh, yeah.